Ever wondered why your Java code compiles but doesn't behave the way you expect when objects start interacting? Today, we are diving deep into the DNA of Java programming. Classes and objects. In this video, we will cover Java classes and objects practice questions and OOP fundamentals. Master the core concepts of Java object-oriented programming with this comprehensive practice guide. In this session, we tackle 30 high-yield practice questions designed to mirror the complexity of professional Java certification exams. We'll cover everything from constructors and this keywords to static members and encapsulation. Before we jump in, make sure you have your IDE or a notebook ready to track your score. Which of the following is the correct way to declare a class vehicle in Java? Option A, class vehicle. Option B, new class vehicle. Option C, public vehicle class. Option D, class vehicle. The correct answer is A. In Java, a class is declared using the class keyword followed by the class name. The naming convention, Pascal case, suggests vehicle should start with an uppercase letter. Option B is incorrect because new is used for instantiation, not declaration. Option C has the keywords in the wrong order. It should be public class vehicle. Option D uses a colon, which is not valid Java syntax for class declaration. Which keyword is used to create a new instance of a class? Option A, create. Option B, make. Option C, new. Option D, init. The correct answer is C. The new keyword is responsible for allocating memory on the heap for a new object and calling the constructor to initialize that memory. While other languages might use different terminology, Java strictly uses new. This process involves 3 steps. Declaration, associating a variable name with an object type. Instantiation, the new keyword. And initialization, calling the constructor. What is the return type of a Java constructor? Option A, void. Option B, the class type itself. Option C, int. Option D, a constructor has no return type. The correct answer is D. Constructors are special methods used to initialize objects. Unlike regular methods, they do not have a return type, not even void. If you add a return type to a constructor, Java will treat it as a regular method that happens to have the same name as the class, which can lead to compilation errors or logical bugs where the actual constructor is never called. In a Java class method, what does the this keyword refer to? Option A, the current class definition. Option B, the previous object created. Option C, the current instance of the object. Option D, the parent class. The correct answer is C. The this keyword is a reference variable in Java that refers to the current object. It is commonly used to resolve ambiguity between instance variables and parameters with the same name. Shadowing, to invoke current class constructors. Constructor chaining, or to pass the current object as a parameter to other methods. Which statement is true regarding static methods in Java? Option A, they can access instance variables directly. Option B, they belong to the class rather than any specific instance. Option C, they require an object to be created before they can be called. Option D, they can use the this keyword. The correct answer is B. Static methods are associated with the class itself, not with any individual object of that class. Because they are not tied to an instance, they cannot access instance variables, which require an object state, or use the this keyword, which refers to a specific instance. They are loaded into memory when the class is loaded and can be called using the class name, method name, syntax. Which access modifier allows a member to be accessed only within its own class? Option A, public. Option B, protected. Option C, default. Option D, private. The correct answer is D. The private modifier is the most restrictive. It ensures that the variable or method is visible only within the class where it is defined. This is a fundamental part of encapsulation, protecting the internal state of an object from external interference or misuse. What is method overloading in Java? Option A, defining multiple methods with the same name but different parameters. Option B, defining a method in a subclass with the same signature as the superclass. Option C, defining a method that calls itself recursively. Option D, having too many methods in a single class. The correct answer is A. Method overloading allows a class to have more than one method with the same name, provided their parameter lists are different number of parameters, different types, or both. This increases program readability by allowing the same method name to perform similar tasks on different data types. Where are objects stored in Java memory? Option A, stack memory. Option B, heap memory. Option C, method area. Option D, PC register. The correct answer is B. In Java, all objects and their instance variables are stored on the heap. The stack is used for storing local variables and method execution frames. When you create an object, the reference variable might live on the stack, but the actual object data always resides on the heap. This allows objects to persist as long as there is a reference to them, regardless of the method scope. What is the primary benefit of using getter and setter methods? Option A, they make the code run faster. Option B, they allow a class to hide its internal data representation. Option C, they are required by the Java compiler for all classes. Option D, they prevent the use of constructors. The correct answer is B. Getters and setters provide a controlled way to access and modify private fields. By using these methods, you can implement validation logic, e.g., ensuring a price isn't negative, or change the internal data structure without breaking external code that uses the class. This is a key implementation of encapsulation. What happens if you do not define a constructor in a Java class? Option A, the code will not compile. Option B, the class will have no constructor. Option C, Java provides a default no-argument constructor. Option D, the objects will remain uninitialized. The correct answer is C. If a programmer does not explicitly define any constructor, the Java compiler automatically inserts a default constructor. This constructor takes no arguments and calls the superclass's noarg constructor. However, if you define any constructor, even one with arguments, the compiler will not provide a default one. Which of these is a valid relationship between a class and an object? Option A. An object is a blueprint for a class. Option B. A class is an instance of an object. Option C. An object is an instance of a class. Option D. Classes and objects are the same thing. The correct answer is C. In the world of Java, a class is the theoretical blueprint or template. It defines the properties, fields, and behaviors, methods. An object is the concrete realization of that blueprint. It is the actual entity that occupies memory and has specific values for those properties. What is the effect of declaring a class as final? Option A. The class cannot have any methods. Option B. The class cannot be instantiated. Option C. The class cannot be inherited, subclassed. Option D. The class cannot have static variables. The correct answer is C. When a class is marked final, it prevents any other class from extending it. This is often used for security or design reasons to ensure the behavior of the class remains unchanged. For example, the string class in Java is final to prevent anyone from altering its fundamental behavior. How are objects passed to methods in Java? Option A. By value. The reference value is copied. Option B. By reference. The actual memory address is shared. Option C. By pointer. Option D. By name. The correct answer is A. Java is strictly pass by value. When an object is passed to a method, the value of the reference, the memory address, is copied. This means the method can modify the object's contents because both the original and copy point to the same object on the heap, but the method cannot change where the original reference points. What is constructor chaining? Option A. Linking multiple classes together. Option B. The process of calling one constructor from another in the same class. Option C. Creating objects in a loop. Option D. Inheriting constructors from an interface. The correct answer is B. Constructor chaining is the technique of calling one constructor from another within the same class. Using this single quote, it is useful for reducing code duplication when you have multiple constructors with different parameters that share common initialization logic. What are instance variables? Option A. Variables defined inside a method. Option B. Variables declared inside a class but outside any method. Option C. Variables declared with the static keyword. Option D. Variables passed as arguments to a method. The correct answer is B. Instance variables are declared within a class but outside any method, constructor, or block. They are created when an object is instantiated and are accessible to all non-static methods of the class. Each object has its own separate copy of instance variables. Which of these can be a member of a Java class? Option A. Fields. Option B. Methods. Option C. Nested classes. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is D. Java classes are versatile containers. They can contain fields, variables to store state, methods to define behavior, constructors, blocks, and even other classes, nested or inner classes. What happens if you try to call a method on an object reference that is null? Option A. The program ignores it. Option B. A null pointer exception is thrown at runtime. Option C. A compilation error occurs. Option D. The JVM automatically creates a new object. The correct answer is B. If an object reference does not point to any memory, i.e., it is null, attempting to access its methods or fields results in a null pointer exception. This is a common runtime error in Java and signifies that the application is trying to use an object that hasn't been properly initialized. Which of the following is not part of a method signature in Java? Option A. Method name. Option B. Parameter types. Option C. Return type. Option D. Number of parameters. The correct answer is C. A method signature consists only of the method name and the parameter list. Types and order. The return type and any thrown exceptions are not part of the signature. This is why you cannot overload a method by simply changing its return type. The signatures would be identical, leading to a compilation error. When is an object eligible for garbage collection? Option A. When its class is no longer used. Option B. When it has no more active references pointing to it. Option C. When the method it was created in finishes executing. Option D. Only when the program terminates. The correct answer is B. Java's garbage collector, GC, manages memory automatically. An object becomes unreachable and eligible for GC when no active thread can reach it through any reference. Setting a reference to null or having a reference go out of scope are common ways objects become eligible for collection. If no access modifier is specified, what is the default scope? Option A. Global. Option B. Visible only within the class. Option C. Visible within the package. Option D. Visible to all subclasses. The correct answer is C. In Java, if you do not provide an access modifier, public, private, or protected, the member defaults to package private, often called default. This means it is accessible by any other class within the same package, but hidden from classes in other packages, including subclasses. Can you create an object of an abstract class? Option A. Yes. Always. Option B. No. Abstract classes cannot be instantiated. Option C. Yes. But only if it has a constructor. Option D. Yes. Using the abstract keyword. The correct answer is B. Abstract classes are incomplete by design. They exist to be extended by concrete subclasses. Therefore, the JVM prevents instantiation of abstract classes. However, they can have constructors which are called when a concrete subclass is instantiated. What is the concept of wrapping data and methods into a single unit called? Option A. Inheritance. Option B. Polymorphism. Option C. Encapsulation. Option D. Abstraction. The correct answer is C. Encapsulation is the bundling of data, fields, and the methods that operate on that data into a single unit, a class. It also involves restricting direct access to some of the object's components. which is why fields are usually private and accessed via getters, setters. What is the purpose of the return keyword in a method? Option A. To exit the program. Option B. To send a value back to the caller and terminate method execution. Option C. To restart the method from the beginning. Option D. To skip a loop iteration. The correct answer is B. The return statement serves two purposes. It immediately stops the execution of the current method and optionally provides a value to the statement that called the method. If the method is void, return can still be used without a value to exit the method early. How many objects can be created from a single class in Java? Option A. Only one. Option B. Limited to 100. Option C. As many as the available memory allows. Option D. One per package. The correct answer is C. A class is a template. Just as you can build many houses from one set of blueprints, you can create virtually unlimited objects from a single class, bounded only by the heap memory allocated to the Java virtual machine. Which member is shared among all objects of a class? Option A. Instance variable. Option B. Local variable. Option C. Static variable. Option D. Final instance variable. The correct answer is C. Static variables, also known as class variables, are shared across all instances of a class. There is only one copy of a static variable, regardless of how many objects are created. If one object changes the value of a static variable, that change is reflected in all other objects of that class. What does void indicate when used in a method declaration? Option A. The method is private. Option B. The method does not return a value. Option C. The method takes no parameters. Option D. The method is static. The correct answer is B. The keyword void specifies that a method should not return any data to the caller. It performs an action, like printing to a console, but doesn't produce a result that can be assigned to a variable. Can't this be used inside a static method? Option A. Yes. Always. Option B. No, because static methods don't have an instance context. Option C. Only if the class is public. Option D. Only to call other static methods. The correct answer is B. Since this refers to the current object instance, and static methods belong to the class rather than any instance, using this in a static context is a compilation error. Static methods are stateless regarding object instances. What is the extension of a compiled Java class file? Option A. Java. Option B. .obj. Option C. Class. Option D. X. The correct answer is C. While source code is written in files with a Java extension, the Java compiler, Javac, converts that code into bytecode, which is stored in files with a class extension. These are the files executed by the Java virtual machine. What is the difference between a constructor and a method? Option A. Methods must have a return type. Constructors must not. Option B. Constructors are called automatically on object creation. Option C. A class can have multiple constructors. Overloading. just like methods. Option D, all of the above. The correct answer is D. All the statements are true. Constructors and methods share similarities like overloading, but they differ fundamentally in their purpose. Initialization versus behavior, their return type, none for constructors, and how they are invoked, implicitly via new vs explicitly called. What is the standard naming convention for Java classes? Option A, camel case. Option B, Pascal case. Option C, snake _ case. Option D, screaming _ snake _ case. The correct answer is B. By convention, Java classes should use Pascal case, also known as upper camel case, where the first letter of every word is capitalized. E.g., my new classes, methods and variables typically use camel case. E.g., my new method. That wraps up our 30-question deep dive into Java classes and objects. How did you do? Remember, mastering these fundamentals is what separates a coder from a professional Java developer. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more Java certification prep content. For a comprehensive set of practice exams and detailed study materials, check out the full course link in the description below.